right. Are you live?
Welcome to Jtwes Monday
Tuesday.
Night Live. No, Monday Night Live, special Tuesday edition because we were gone yesterday, but it was for a good thing. We were at a revival at Aaron's Creek, and where was that considered? I guess it was
Virgilina.
No, what is that? It's actually Aaron's Creek. Aaron's Creek
That's
Baptist
the road,
Church.
but that's the road name.
Well, anyway, we were in Virginia, just above Roxborough there. Got to see one of the subscribers, Carl Smith. Appreciate him coming out and seeing us, and really enjoyed it. And thank you. Who all's in here tonight?
We got several in here. We got David Cannon.
David Cannon.
He says, let's get started. I'm bored.
He said, well, David, I'll be honest with you. We were pushing the night anyway.
Yeah, we've got a lot going on
We got
today.
a lot going on today, and Ellie's finishing up his oil change.
We got
And Kaylee's here.
And Raven's here too. She's doing a little dance over there.
Yeah.
And Will and Megan are here.
But they can't see us that good because we got our fish
Yeah,
net.
we're in our bubble, our anti-bug bubble, so we can't really see them out there. But we got Mark Young.
Hey, Mark.
John Briggs is on.
Hey, John.
Farm Boy 59.
And I am so terrible. Brian, how you doing?
Brian, okay. Paul Ford.
Hey, Paul.
And Timbo.
Hey, Timbo. Lena throws me off because she reads it straight from here, and then I have to translate it in my mind. Okay, I know this person, and this is so and so, and this is so and so.
Well, okay, so here's Real Fan 90, which is Paul. Hey, Paul. I already said Mark Young.
Yeah.
Eugene Martin is on.
Hey, Eugene.
And William May, and I think Eugene may be a friend of Carl's. I'm not sure, because he gave you a handshake from Eugene
he did give
yesterday.
me a handshake for somebody.
So
Eugene, if that's you, I sure hope you get to feeling better, buddy.
Yeah, let us know if Eugene Martin is a friend of Carl Smith.
Boo, there's some hand cleaner over on that table.
Okay. William May is on.
Hey, William.
And Two-Cylinder Deer.
Two-Cylinder Deer.
Uh-huh.
That's a putt-putt. He's a putt-putt.
He says, love your videos. What's your row spacing on corn?
Oh, man. Still trying to figure it out. When I say still trying to figure it out, one year I'll hit it a little tight. Next year I don't. I guess you're talking about in between the corn plants. I reckon I like to do about 10 inches or so, but sometimes it's not that. Sometimes it's more. And sometimes it's less. But I don't want to crowd it too much because it doesn't get no good body on the corn. And then obviously if you're got it too far apart, you got great body on it, but you're lacking a little bit in your stand.
Hold on.
What?
I lost my place.
You lost your place.
Yeah. Stan is on.
Hey, Stan.
It says, made it. The whole family is there. Yep, they are.
They are, indeed.
We can't squish them in here with us. They won't, and most of them won't want to come on the video anyway.
Plus, we got an extra. Her name's Raven.
Yeah, Raven. Janice is on.
Hey, Janice.
And
she's probably tired. Roger's been planting.
Oh, yeah, probably. And David says, Reverend Joey and First Lady Leno. Let's not go that far, David.
Yeah, David, I don't know about that.
I don't think I'm in that place yet.
How about Saved by Grace?
Yeah.
Saved by Grace.
Yes.
That'd be it.
Yeah. Haggy Farm is on.
Haggy Farms.
Mark Moore and Nick Blanton. And Ross Brown says he enjoyed the disking video.
Hey, thank you, Ross. That was fun. And disking, I told you some of my favorite stuff. I guess it's my favorite because I don't have to think too much about it. Just point it and keep it straight. And the same thing, sometime with cultivating. But when I was planting today, I was trying to pay attention to the planter. And by the way, yeah, I said it. I was planting today. I planted some sweet corn today. That video will be out either.
Couldn't help himself. Couldn't resist.
Well, like I said on the video, and there's a ton of folks that see the videos that don't see the live, so I'm not really spoiling anything. You guys will watch the video anyway. So, but like I said on the video, I said, yeah, I know I swore out May 1st, but I started backstroking a little bit about the 1st of May because I got to looking at the springtime pattern, and I said, man, I don't believe it's going to get back too cold. And it may do it in May and fool us all, but I looked at the 2-week extended forecast. I got 1 day from here to the May that it's going to supposedly get down to 41. I said, well, I'm going to go and put that sweet corn in the ground. So we planted Silver Queen today, but we're going to hold up on Leno's peaches and cream till about May because we want to separate some time on those things.
Yeah, and it's not Leno's peaches and cream. It's any other sweet corn crop that doesn't come in all at the same time.
Well, no, you wanted a different variety too.
Well, yeah, I thought we'd try it.
Yeah.
We hadn't tried it. So
I call it Leno's peaches and cream.
Hopefully it's good, and then it'll be another round of something I can put up. Laura's on.
Hey, Laura.
The W says good evening.
The W.
The W is the name of their
That's
channel.
all right, the W.
And Eugene says, yes, Carl's my brother from another mother.
There you go.
Allison's on. Says,
Hey, Allison.
Friends. Hey, Allison. I'm wearing my new shirt that is fresh out the
Guys,
mail.
I'm wearing a new... Allison, you correct me if I'm wrong. Has this color always been available, and how did I miss not getting a red hat?
Yeah, Allison sent us a box with the latest and greatest.
Some goodies in there,
Yeah.
guys. You got to pick up one of these red hats right here, man. It's pretty awesome. I like it. Will, I think Allison could correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it was Will's idea to get a red hat.
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Allison just jumped on it and sent.
She's like, I'll make it happen, as usual. Greg Mosier's on.
Hey, Greg.
But Eugene said thanks for all the prayers.
Oh, you're welcome, Eugene.
And Greg says, hey, Joey and Leno, I made it on time, sort of. Glad to see y'all and hope you're doing well. Warhorsted is on. It's Mike and Michelle here.
Hey, Mike. Did you say Michelle? Hey, Mike and Michelle.
And they're from Southern Missouri.
Okay, Southern Missouri.
And Carl is on. Good evening, my friends. Hey, Carl, it was good to meet you last night.
Hey, Carl.
Yeah, last night Carl stuck it out and got a little taste of our preacher. I know John and some others may know that our preacher may go a bit long. You know, because so Carl got a double dose of preaching. Watch the lantern.
I got it.
It's going to be another one of these days.
So, guys, we wouldn't normally interrupt that, but Leno...
It was a wasp. Hey, don't use your hand. It's going to sting you.
Well, I don't care if it stings me. Leno is allergic to bees. And you talking about cutting the live stream short. Boy, she would...
and my EpiPen's expired, so
yeah,
it'd
her
be interesting.
$1 million EpiPen, but
Right.
we won't go into all that.
Yeah, yeah.
She would swell up in about 32 seconds.
Yeah.
It wouldn't take long, would it?
No. And my throat's the first thing. Like after the hive,
Yeah.
like first you see a hive and my throat closes. But anyway, thank you for saving me from that wasp. I really appreciate it. Jeffrey Strange is on.
Hey, Jeffrey.
Hey, y'all, nice change up for Tuesday night.
It is. Well, I mean, we still like our Monday nights because it seems like the further along in the week we get, the more stuff we got going on.
Yeah. Kurt T is on.
Hey, Kurt T.
Good evening from Southeast Louisiana. Hope all is well. Joey, I saw you got the super purring.
Yeah, I did. Man, that thing, I think Nate mentioned he thought he heard the engine bogging down a little bit, and he did. Because between those 15, I guess they're 16-inch discs, but they wore off to about 15 and some change. But that and 10 by 12 plows that's on the back of it, she work on a little bit when it gets in deep, heavy soil.
Martin Farms on.
Hey, Martin Farms.
Hello, Jtwes family. We got most of our garden planted, waiting on the 300 Texas Legend onions to pull up.
That's something I meant to do today, and I forgot. And we're going to do it, and I don't know if I'll make a video or not, but I actually wanted to wring a few onions out here, get some dirt out from around them, so the bulb will get bigger and bigger.
Right.
Because I got some good bulbs. I got some bulbs this year, not all of them, not 100% of them, but I got some that are just getting bigger and bigger, and since I didn't have them too far down in the dirt.
And Mark Moore says, hooked up my new to me coal fast hitch corn planter today.
There you go, coal fast hitch. Roger uses coal.
Joey Neal says, hello, JT West family. Been planting in the garden, just got in.
Yeah, I was playing in it too for a pretty good little bit. I just barely got set up.
And Mark says, I listed my garden today and put in fertilizer. That old 63 140 ran like a Singer sewing machine.
Oh, man.
Both of us are the same age, and I think it's doing better than me.
All right, I'm going to ask this question, okay?
Okay.
Okay, guys. I feel bad because a couple of weeks ago I made a video when I was rebuilding those discs. And I made a comment. I shouldn't have commented what I did because somebody heard it. and I feel bad about it, but I thank you for it. I commented that one of these days I'd like to have me a nice set of snap player rings. Well, these showed up at the P.O. box in Prospect Hill, and they are a pair of channel lock snap ring players. Don't get me wrong, I absolutely love them and cherish them because this is the best snap ring player set I've had in my life. And I just want to thank whoever sent them. Although I feel bad for mentioning it because now I feel like I solicited a purchase here.
Yeah,
And,
it's very nice of whoever sent that. And if you want to put in here that you sent it and you just forgot to put your name on it, we'll be glad to say your name.
Yes.
Just because it came from Amazon, so sometimes you may not have your name on that Amazon shipment. So I don't know.
It didn't have it on there. Will, are you leaving?
You guys leaving? Bye.
Bye, Will. Bye, Maggie.
Bye, Megan. Bye, Will. Y'all be careful. Love you. And what is Elliot doing? Ellie, what are you doing?
Raven's raising me up on the jack.
Oh.
Hold on. I got to find where I'm at now. Johnny Edgerton.
Yeah.
Johnny Edgerton says, good evening.
Johnny.
Just got done bedding my rows. I'm planning on planting this weekend.
All right.
And Paul says, planning on planting some corn here this weekend. Still torn on if I'll do the Silver Queen or Jimmy Red this weekend.
Paul sent me a picture today. He turned the layoff bar upside down where the U is going down, and he said it knocked off the top of the road just perfect. So I had mentioned in a video that I did that for years before I used that scrape blade, and he said it did work good.
Terry Hayes says, good evening, friends.
Hey, Terry Hayes.
And Stan says, the red hat looks great. I'm not a big fan of the blue, but the brown works. Yeah, I do like the blue one, too. The blue.
The blue hat?
Yeah.
Stan said he's not a big fan of the blue hat.
No, I thought he did say that. Oh, yeah, he's not a fan of the blue. Sorry, Stan.
He said the brown works for him.
Yeah, but I do like the red is my favorite so far.
Hey, Stan, it's a Jtwes hat. It wouldn't make no difference if it was purple.
Mr. Hawk Joe's on.
Hawk Joe.
Hello from Atlanta. And Stan says, Lino, get a new pen. Stuff happens.
Yeah.
And
What do you mean new pen?
New EpiPen.
Oh, yeah. Well, we need to.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess we're just playing they're not being truthful to us on their expiration dates.
Yeah.
Just figuring that, and it may be truly expired.
Well, and every ambulance and fire truck carries epinephrine.
Yeah.
So, worst case scenario, you call 911.
But we'll get you one this year.
Yeah. I know last time I had to pay $400 after insurance for one. So, I'll see if, maybe now they've come down some. I don't know.
Are y'all leaving?
Yeah, we gotta get her home.
Okay. Bye, Ravy.
Raven, thanks for being here today
Bye,
and
buddy.
eating with us.
Back straight up. I'll get all that tool stuff up. Don't worry about it.
Ellie, your lunch was on the table in there if you want to get it. Yeah, all of my married boys, I'm
Yes.
still fixing them lunch for the next day if we have leftovers.
Everybody.
Yeah, and Bowers Brothers Farm's on.
And that would be
Nikki.
Nikki. Hey, Nikki.
Good evening, everyone. I call their name out here because that's their YouTube name.
Yeah, and I'm
but
glad
I
you
will
do.
say their name if I know it, like Nikki
Yeah.
and Paul and Brian. This 1904 farm is on. Says, hey guys.
Hey, guys. 1904.
And David Cannon says, looks like they would fit my hand better.
I'm telling you, David, boy, these things is. I didn't want to take them out the package yet, but as soon as the live's over, I'm taking them out the package.
Yeah.
I got to study them a little further.
Right.
But made me want to take the disc back apart again, just if I get that snap ring out better.
Carl says, enjoyed the service. Y'all made me feel like I'm part of the family. Enjoyed meeting y'all.
Yeah, Carl, I would love to stay and talk to you a little longer, but I knew we had about an hour drive, and I said, man, we're pushing. We got what, 10:17? Yeah, we got home about 10:17, and we stopped at the Bojangles in South Boston, and man, South Boston has really grew up a lot since I'd seen it, and I didn't realize they had that many businesses in South Boston or big manufacturers.
Yeah, and they had also nice hotels.
Yeah.
It must be because of the racing and stuff that happens
Yeah.
there. Jeffrey Strange says, "Hey Joey, y'all get nut grass in the garden up there? It's relentless at my place."
Yes, the Hastings field gets, the first year I planted up there, it had been nothing planted in a while except soybeans. It got pretty ugly in nut grass. And last year wasn't that bad, had some, but it's getting better. And it may be because I keep it cultivated out, and so maybe it's not multiplying as much as it normally would. And of course, it may have not just been as wet last year. It's kind of dry, and nutgrass loves water. So I do have problems with it, to answer your question, long story short. But it's nothing those roller cultivators, if they don't get their fingers on them, they can tear it out.
1904 Farm says, "I'm planting Bloody Butcher corn this year."
Bloody Butcher.
I just don't want no corn called Bloody Butcher.
It is corn called Bloody Butcher.
I know, I just don't want that.
Oh yeah, it's like it's the dark, it's red corn. It's if you held it in your hand and Jimmy Red was in the other hand, you could almost say, "Oh, this is Jimmy Red." But
so they look alike.
They look alike, yeah.
Is it true that the red on there, not on Jimmy Red, but I thought that the red on the corn was poison so the crows wouldn't eat it? Or is that a wives' tale I've heard?
What you're talking about is you looking in the freezer and you're seeing my Silver Queen and it's red. That is a coating. That Silver Queen is actually clearish corn. It looks clear.
Yeah.
But the red is a coating. It's supposed to help promote, I think, guys, y'all correct me if I'm wrong, sprouting.
Okay, so it's not crow poison?
No, it's not crow poison. They eat that mess. Yeah.
I don't know.
There has been some stuff made over the years that's illegal now.
Yeah.
That a crow would eat it and he'd
Die.
die. He'd die just 2 minutes after he eats it.
Yeah, which wouldn't really be helpful because there'll just be another crow that comes up and eats another one, and it's still eating.
Well, no, the theory is with crows, if one pulls it up and he eats it and he dies right there in the patch,
okay, the dead crow in there.
they're done
Okay.
deal. They won't come back.
Okay.
That's why everybody says if you can kill a crow, put it in your patch.
Yeah, hang it up.
Hang it up, and you're done. You're good.
Sundowner Whoop Whoop is on.
Hey, Sundowner.
Good evening, my friends. Joey Neal says, "My potatoes are starting to come, and the Hickory King corn is up about 1 inch."
Ooh, there you go.
And Sundowner says, "Y'all get enough of that liquid sunshine."
Yeah, we've been getting that, and
It's been a good ratio of rain and sun.
it has been.
Last week we had like 1.5 rainy days, and then the rest of the days were great. They were sunny and warm, so it's my little tomato seeds.
Yeah, Leno planted her own little tomato seeds in some cups. It was that tomato plant, and I showed it a few times last year. It was the one
mega plant.
The mega plant that was in front of the front porch in the mulch. She saved the seeds off of it and planted a few of them, and we'll put a couple back in the mulch.
Yeah, and so because I froze them over the winter, and they're coming up now. So I got 6 good plants that
Sammy raised a
seem to be ready.
Yeah, Sammy raised a Jimmy Red corn and a sweet corn, and we planted that in the mulch. And I planted a couple of they're supposed to be gigantic sunflowers in the mulch. So we've been getting us a little mulch garden going.
Lamont Powell's on.
Hey, Lamont, good to see you.
Says, "Hi, I managed to get a bit of garden tilled up today. Want to plant a bit of sweet corn soon."
Good deal, man.
And Sundowner says, "Leno, take a trip to Cuba. They're 75 cents. I guess the EpiPen.
Oh, I should have seen if I bought you one in Dominican.
Yeah, because Dominican, you could have bought amoxicillin.
Oh, yeah, I could have bought amoxicillin, penicillin, Z-Packs. Yeah, they just sell all that stuff over the counter in the Dominican Republic.
Chet Hodges is on.
Hey, Chet.
Says, "Good evening, Joe and Leno. The red hat really stands out. Like it?" I like your red hat.
Oh, thank you, Chet. Yeah,
And-
I like it too.
Janice says,
Oh, man, I got dirt on it from trying to get after that wasp.
Janice says, "With all that you deal with, you need to make a camo cap."
Yeah, a camo cap. There you go. I'm sure Allison can fix that up. If somebody wants one, you just email her. She'll make it happen.
Brian says, "Recut the rows I'd listed and relisted this weekend and have 21 rows listed ready for planting, hopefully this weekend.
Oh, cool deal.
Potatoes are up and plants are about as big as a gallon can.
Yeah, I'm hoping Roger planted some stuff today. He planted some peas and some corn. I'd like to try to get some video of Roger Super A planting with that. It's not a belly planter, but that close up under the tractor planter, the coal planter. I want to try to get some video of that this year, and of course we got some we're going to try to plant Thursday and Friday too.
Paul says he goes to that Bojangles quite a bit. I stay at the truck stop next door a couple nights a week, typically.
Oh wow, they got You talking about they had a truck stop part of that Bojangles, Paul, and that's all it was open with last night was the drive-through, and there was some guy walking through the drive-through.
At first I was a little worried because it's after 10 and there's some guy just standing in the drive-through, and I thought, what's he waiting on? But it's probably because he's a trucker.
Yeah,
they closed the dining room.
Yeah, I figured he was a trucker.
But I told Joe, I said, that's crazy. You're going to be right beside a truck stop and close the dining room when
At 9 o'clock.
Yeah, when those guys have to go in, they can't go through the drive-through. But
they probably just like anybody else. They ain't got no help.
We barely got your truck through that drive-through.
Oh, I know.
Janice meant deer, the deer that we deal with. You should have a camo cap.
Oh yeah.
Sundowner says never heard of Bloody Butcher Corn.
Yeah, I've heard of it. I've seen videos on it on YouTube.
Logan Holcomb is on.
Hey, Locum.
Says planted 45 tomato plants today, 30 more to go.
Ooh, wow, that's a lot of tomatoes right there.
Mm-hmm. And Welch Farm is here, late but here.
That's okay. You're on time.
Mm-hmm. And Carl Smith says Lino needs to plant a house like I showed you last night.
Plant a house?
Mm-hmm. I don't know. Carl, remind me. I
Yeah.
don't remember what he showed. I don't remember if he showed me something.
Might have been something he showed me.
Okay.
And which is worst case, Carl, because I don't remember nothing.
Yeah, good luck, Carl.
you
better refresh
off.
him.
Yeah.
And Warhorstead says, I noticed you were not using the side dresser when making rows. Did you fertilize before making rows?
Going to fertilize when the crop comes up. I went back and forth in my mind to what I wanted to do there. And I kind of did want to put some fertilizer and have it in the ground and have it already so-called incorporated in the soil there. Just not sure how deep the fertilizer would be and how much of that row I was going to knock off. Fertilizer is just too expensive to get pushed over to the side. So we'll put it when we planted it. We'll put it after we plant it when it grows a little bit. And that way, if something terrible does happen and I just get wiped out by crows or something and I want to replant it, I haven't lost no fertilizer if I cut it or something. But we will use that hopper quite a bit.
Deep South Homestead, a.k.a. Danny.
Yeah.
I know
Hey,
his
Danny.
name. Put ammonia to my corn today, 12 inches high.
Yeah, I seen it.
And
there.
Danny's the reason he's itching to plant corn.
Yeah, I'll just say a picture showed up on my phone, and I said, you know what? I'm planting my corn today. I said, this guy's laying by corn.
Yeah,
and I ain't even got
that's
none in the ground.
why Joey couldn't resist because of Danny.
I called Lino after I seen that picture, and I said, Lino, change the plans. We're gonna plant corn today. I was gonna do a video on some cultivators, which we'll still do that, putting it on the Super A. And I was going to do that because I was going to hold off planting, but we'll do that video after we get done planting. But yeah, that kind of put what they call it, the nail in the coffin. Yeah, that put the nail in the coffin when I seen that video. Not video, picture.
Todd Creech is on.
Hey, Todd.
Says Danny at home Deep South Homestead showed the Cub Tractor measuring stick you sent him in the Saturday night live stream. Looks like he is really happy to have it.
Yeah, I seen, which, I know Danny, he can check it with a hammer or whatever he wants to. And have a subscriber here on this channel bless me with 2 handmade fuel sticks. And I knew you could buy them, but I really like the ones he made because they're from eastern North Carolina tobacco country. And he made them out of tobacco sticks. And I said, well, you know what? I'm going to send him one of those fuel sticks.
Joel Tate is on.
Hey, Joel.
Where are you located? I'm an hour from South Boston and Eden, North Carolina.
Yeah, we're in Caswell County.
It's not far from Eden.
Yeah.
Maybe 30 minutes, you think?
About 45.
45 minutes from
Yeah.
Eden. So Eden's in what county?
Rockingham.
Okay.
North is like the north end of it.
Okay. Chet says, this may sound like a crazy question, but looking at your tractor videos, how much narrower is the Super A than the 140?
Hey, they're both 44 inches. Yeah,
So they're the same?
Yeah, they're the same, Chet. I measured it myself because I was thinking that maybe one was different from the other, but no, they're the same. Which brings me to a point now. When you bed stuff like I do, and then you go back and plant it, when you plant it, you have to plant it a certain way, and I may show y'all what I'm talking about in the next video, because if you don't plant it a certain way, you'll wind up with one row in the middle of the field about that wide. I know it sounds crazy, but you can make it, if you plant it a certain way, you can get them all to come out even and all of them the same width, but if you try to do this and come back that one and go that one and this one and that one, and then you have one left right here, it'll get squeezed down.
Paul says they're also not open at 2 a.m. when I left out this morning. Yeah, it's a
Poor Paul.
Bojangles. Yeah.
Yeah, Paul,
I had to drive hungry for a little while.
yeah, I didn't mention this, but yesterday when we made the order, I didn't want nothing too heavy, so I just wanted some bow rounds. And she said, that'd be 5 minutes. And all I said was, okay, that's fine, ma'am, no problem. But I come real close to saying, hey, ain't no problem. It'd take y'all 20 minutes to get this line to get to the window.
Yeah.
But I didn't. I mean, it's just.
Well, and it was definitely longer than 5 minutes that week.
Yeah, it was 15 minutes, and it wasn't but
it's
two
still,
cars in front of us.
Yeah, but they still didn't have them ready either.
I know.
We still had to wait. So, but you know.
It is what it is.
10 o'clock on a Monday night, and you know the girls seem to be having some sort of issue or whatever.
Yeah.
So, you know, you just got to give people grace sometimes. Just don't be too hard on them. And by the time we left, because we had to wait so long, she had, you know, just interacting with her, and Joe helped her open a jug of tea because she was struggling. And so by the time we left, and you gave her the
Book of John.
Book of John, a little track thing with the Book of John.
Yeah.
And she was in a lot better mood when we left. So, you know, sometimes you just get put places to
And bless her heart.
make somebody's day a little bit better.
It makes you realize how many people probably really haven't had a Bible, because she said, oh, is that a Bible? And I said, no, ma'am, it's just part of it. It's a one good book of it. And I said, you just read that book right there and you'll be okay.
But she was real receptive to it.
Oh,
She
yeah.
appreciated it, so that was nice. She didn't say, I don't want that, you know, because sometimes that happens. Sundowner says, I've got 60 tomatoes to plant too.
Good day.
Ooh, 60.
I'm probably going to have, excuse me, guys, the fella at church, he raises my German Johnson for me. He usually gets me a couple of flats. Yeah, 2 flats of them. You know those flats you can buy at, you know, the store. So he usually raises a couple of flats of them. So I'll probably have at least close to 60.
Yeah, I believe it.
Yeah.
And every year
Brother Charles.
yeah, I try to can as many as I can. What's Charles's nursery name? Do you remember?
I don't, but he raises tomatoes in greenhouses.
It's not Flat River Nursery, is it?
It may be. But he sells it in like Chapel Hill and Durham and Hillsboro.
We're below both looking at Kurt.
Yeah. I'm just waiting for this cat to reach up and try to scratch my screen.
Yeah, if you see Joey get up in a minute, it's because he's going to go reprimand a cat.
If you see me get up and pull a Bobby Knight and throw this chair across through there.
No, that's Brian's chair. We got to take care of it till play day.
We throwing it, Brian. I'm sorry.
I'll let him I'll let him throw my chair.
Yeah, speaking of chairs, guys, we and Lino was talking the other day, and we enjoy our little spot and everything behind it. I told Lino, I said, Lino, we need to get us some wicker chairs. We might just have to get us a nice wicker chair.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, do we have to share a seat?
Well, it was your suggestion that we share a seat.
No.
Well, you said we could get the double seat.
Oh, like a bench?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'd have to see it.
Or do you want your independent chair?
I think I like my independent chair.
Okay, I see how it is.
But we'll see. We got time to think about that. Sundowner says, will deer corn produce any corn for feed?
Deer corn? Mm-hmm. Deer corn's some sort of corn. I have no idea what it is, whether it's, corn that they use for fuel, use for feed. Corn.
I don't know if it's for human consumption.
Yeah, it kind of gets sticky there on far as, to me, whether it's good edible corn or whether it's really just engineered for, cows or something like that. So I don't know. I personally probably wouldn't plant deer corn for feed.
Yeah, I
Just-
wouldn't either.
I mean, I can't imagine the people that sell deer corn at like Walmart buying a premium food grade grinding meal corn and selling it for deer corn. For some reason, I just feel like in my heart it's probably the cheapest corn you can get.
Carl said it was his small greenhouse with floating trays.
Oh yeah, he done made him a mini tobacco greenhouse. Matter of fact, Carl, if my eye caught it right, I think those were tobacco trays you were using there for the plants. It looks like they were 240 cell trays.
Loken says planted Better Boys, German Johnson,
There you go.
Cherokee Purple, and some Tommy Toes. Also planted 25 rows of Silver Queen corn.
There you go. There's
Yes, that's
Silver
a
Queen.
lot.
See, that's a smart guy right there.
Yeah, that's when you have all those vegetables for dinner in about July.
Yeah.
Where you have corn, tomato, cucumber, like you just have all vegetables. Because we do that sometimes. Like
Yeah,
a few times this summer, we only eat out of the garden for the whole meal.
Yeah, it's been a plenty of times I would make a comment and say, Lino, look, beside the steak, everything else we grew.
Oh, yeah. Because, you'd have potatoes. And last year we started carrots. We did grow some
I hadn't
carrots.
planted none this year.
Well, I mean, we didn't get a whole ton of them. And
They were good. They were tasty.
yeah, and I just don't eat a whole lot of carrots.
Yeah, I don't either.
I mean, I'll put them in something every once in a while, but not enough to really grow
Probably would
a
eat
bunch.
more if I had me one of them salad masters
What do you
where
mean?
it shaves them up.
Oh, yeah. Roger's on.
Hey, Roger.
I'm late, but here now. Hello, everyone. Janice will be online shortly. Yeah, we already talked
Yeah,
to
Janice
Janice.
is here, Roger. She beat you.
Yeah. F2535 says, hello, your videos caused me to notice a Farmall H project before work. It followed me home. Not a 140, but at least it's a Farmall. Thank you.
Well, and it's F2535.
Yeah, that's the name of the channel name.
Well, ain't that like a real early Farmall tractor, F25? Y'all let me know if I'm wrong or not. Because when you said that, I was thinking, ain't they got a Farmall? It's an iron wheel tractor or something, I thought.
Mark says, I've got one made from one of Grandpa's tobacco sticks I made 30 plus years ago.
Fuel stick.
I guess.
Yeah, he's probably talking about a fuel stick.
Orbra's on.
Hey, Orbra.
Says, hey, Jtwes.
Orbra's close to Pilot Mountain. He may not be planting yet.
Yeah. And Chet says, Joey, didn't one of the Farmall stand donate to the channel have a hand crank, or was that just ones that he had that you were showing?
No, neither one of them had a hand crank, but Stan had one up there, and I was hand cranking them for the fun of it. Well, one of them for the fun of it. Two of them I needed the hand crank because the batteries were low, but Roger made a hand crank for his out of stainless steel. And I mean, it's nice. It's a nice. I mean, he even made the little swivel handle on the thing, and yeah, it works good. I was picking with him. I told him I need one now. Who's cutting up?
Nothing. Brian says, Joey, just think about getting that wicker furniture because you're gonna give up your ice chest in the arm of that chair. LOL. This is the ice. You could put ice in there and keep your next drink in there.
Well, I can tell you what, Brian. There's a trip coming up in in June. This chair's probably gonna make a ride.
No, I'm not gonna do that to his chair.
He don't care if I take this to the beach.
You know that salt air and salt water.
Brian, you let us know if you care if I take this to the beach.
Don't answer because I'm saying no. Because I know how it does our chairs. I mean, it makes them kind of rickety. Because we're not even at the camper, so it's not like you'd put it outside the camper. John Briggs says it's Flat River Nursery, I think.
Oh, okay.
Charles's place. Yeah, Flat River
I
Nursery.
think, John, I believe
And that's in
you're right.
Person County.
Yeah.
And Carl Smith says 288. That's right. I don't know what's 288. I might have got.
Oh, 288 cells in the tray.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the tobacco trays.
Okay.
That's right. You're right, Carl. It's 288. I was thinking it was like 240 or something. I knew it was 2 something.
And Warhersted says, thank you for the video using the toolbar between the two different cultivators. We just recently got that toolbar, and man, it made a huge difference making rows.
Oh, wow, okay. He may be talking about keeping the arms from moving on it, and it helps. I think that's what you're talking about. I have mentioned that if you put that toolbar on, you can lock those arms in, and when you let those discs down, it doesn't move nowhere.
F2535 says, not sure, but F2535 was the tag number from my first farm tag.
Hey.
So it became my YouTube ID. Yeah, that's nice. That's still
pretty
good.
cool.
You know, I like that.
That's where Jtwes come from, guys. It came from an email that I had made for Google.
And
then-
after I had all these children.
And then we got, the red Ram truck. And I said, oh, let's get a personalized tag, Lino. And so we got a personalized tag. It says Jtwes. And then when it come time to do, when I wanted to try YouTube, it asked for a channel name. And I looked at my email and I said, well, I just call it Jtwes. And that's how that come about.
Orber says only planted taters and onions, maybe next week for everything else.
Yeah, that corn today for me, Orber, was the first other than taters, onions, and broccoli. You know, that kind of cold weather deal. The sweet corn was the first thing today.
Mark Young says the F-Series farmalls were the F12, F14, F20, and F30.
There you go. I knew it
So,
was something
yeah,
like that.
I mean, it kind of looks like some of those numbers, so, you know, I'd see where you'd think that.
Yeah. Well, Pete's got one, and he drives that thing around sometime, and I knew it was something.
Sundowner says wash your chair off with vinegar. I guess to get the salt off.
Oh, yeah. Well, it's true, Sundowner, because I'm going to take it.
Stop it. You're so annoying.
I'm going to take it to the beach. Call Brian on the way down there.
Men are so hard-headed sometimes. Janice says, I might help him make you the hand crank if you get him to move the greenhouse for me. The big greenhouse?
No, she's probably talking about
that little one.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
a real nice little one. We've got to do some work on that. We'll move it for you, Janice, but we need to do some work on it. That'll make a good video. But we need to probably patch up some panels and stuff.
Terry Hayes says, Joey, when she tells you no, you better listen. She could break your dinner plate.
Yeah. Well, no, she can't break my dinner plate.
Yeah, no, I know.
Stole it from your
Yeah,
mama.
yeah. He uses some. I mean, it's so annoying. He uses some plate that's different than everybody else's. It's a metal plate that's
Can I tell you what's on it?
what?
They're porcelain coated.
Yeah, porcelain covered metal plate, and it's got rounded edges. So when he scoops his food, it don't go off the plate. Like a.
I got one
Like
that
a
her
baby.
mama had that has little handles on it. And so I pretty much just guilted her out of that one. And then I
He sees stuff at my mom's and he hounds her until she gives up whatever he is wanting from her kitchen.
yeah, I'm still working on a
Dutch-
Lodge cast
Dutch
iron.
oven.
Yeah, Dutch oven from Lodge is shaped like an apple. I'm still
That
working on
you
that.
gave her.
Yeah, I know, but I'm still
We
working on it.
purchased that for her as a gift, and now Joey's trying to keep getting it back because she doesn't use it. She only uses it for decoration. She doesn't cook in it, and you know, because she just thinks it's so unique and so beautiful. And Joey just wants that thing. And why he didn't buy himself one, I don't know. I think he just likes to give my mom a hard time.
No.
Orber says he thinks Pete's is a F20.
Yeah, I believe you're right, Orbra.
And Chet says, Joey, how is the alarm system working at keeping the deer out of the garden? I know they've got into it a while back.
They did. I moved it. It was kind of like facing down the row, and now I moved it where it's facing sideways, so it's catching a side view of it. Hadn't had no more deer back. I replanted. I didn't replant every single broccoli. I guess it was, what, 10 or so? Will picked me up some at Southern States in Roxborough and brought it over. And we replanted about 10 or 11 of them. It's somewhere along there. And they're doing fine. And there was one broke off, and it was one of my bigger plants, and it had just a little thread of a something holding to the stem of it. And Sammy said, "Hey, Dad, this one broke off. He's getting ready to throw it out the garden." I said, "No." I told him, I said, "Cover that thing with dirt." And he covered it with dirt. And so I took it and showed him took them out there the other day, and I showed them. I said, "See, Sammy, that's all it needs is that little bitty connection to that root system, and she'll live." And it did. It's still living.
Roger says, get a Frisbee, Joey. I bet it'd work great to eat on.
Yeah.
Have
Well,
your sides and everything.
well,
Your
my
little-
couple of my plates are already like Frisbee. The blue ones are. The blue ones look like picnic table plates. The porcelain with.
Oh yeah,
the blue
yeah.
one.
Those are part of a picnic set.
Yeah.
That the whole set is in the closet except for 2 that you like to use.
Yeah.
So that you can eat like a cowboy. Brian says, when we used to eat at Grandma's house, we called Joey's plate a plate with sideboards. Yeah, because I just like those lightweight, is it Cornell or Cornell plates?
Cornell plates.
Because they're so
yeah.
lightweight. You can throw them in the dishwasher, you can wash them, you can drop them, they're not going to break. And plus they stack real tight. Like it's
Oh,
not, it's not bulky filling up your whole cabinet. So I like those. Stan says, Roger, an old DeSoto hubcap would be a good choice as well. Might as well. Let's just use hubcaps.
Yeah,
I mean,
they are known for being called dog dish. They are dog dish style hubcaps. You take them off and you turn them like that, and it's just a perfect little bowl for a dog. It's a little square thing. Especially, I think Ford had some on their vehicles. Their trucks is dog dish style, and probably GM did too.
Well, and your truck has a knob like in the middle.
Yeah.
Kind of like
That's
that.
kind of like a dog dish. Yeah,
'Cause
theirs
I
is
noticed-
just wider.
Yeah, because I noticed that's the style on like the newer trucks.
Yeah.
If they're not those big, tall wheels. And then on the red truck, on the older truck, it's a flat.
But they
type.
went cheap on. I mean, they're not real. I like real chrome dipped wheels. Those are not. They got plastic covers on them.
Cajun Homestead's on.
Cajun Homesteader.
Says, sorry I'm late.
That's okay. It's getting. I think probably guys, maybe towards the end of May, 1st of June, somewhere in that area. We'll let you know. We'll probably back this thing up to 8:30 in the summer because it's a lot of us are going to be working till 8 o'clock or so.
I'll do my best to last till 9:30 then.
Might start at 8:30 and I'll have to finish it up because we know we're like, all right, I'm done.
Yeah, as I get older, I have a hard cutoff time
Yeah.
as far as just really doing anything. Like, I don't mind like maybe cleaning the kitchen or whatever late, but like intellectually, my brain has a cutoff time now. Sundowner says, Joey just asked to borrow it from your mother-in-law. Say, I love you, you're my best mother-in-law, you know I love you, the best, works every time.
Oh, no, she figured that out.
Well, and plus he always says that my brother-in-law is her favorite son-in-law, which is not Joey. So he's already established that Joey's not her favorite. And she never even said that, but now, he's put that in her mind. Joey Neal says those are called baby moon hubcaps.
Oh, yeah.
And Roger says, I have a couple of Dodge center caps with Dodge emblem. I bet Joey would love that. Well, they're not coming in the kitchen. I mean, we can hang them up here.
I need
but,
one of them to put right there, Roger.
Because, as over the years, I've let a lot of questionable things in the house.
Yeah.
Like that time you cleaned something with vinegar. I know you've cleaned guns and you've sharpened knives.
It was probably a Lodge cast iron.
He did something with vinegar on my dining room table that was wooden, and it's not the one we have now, or we probably wouldn't exist as a couple anymore if it was the one I have now.
Yeah.
But
Actually, the one you got now could handle it because Roger built it and it's about that thick as
well,
shellac.
it left a circle where the vinegar stained that wood, and it was just awful. I was like, can I not have anything nice? But just being in a house with all the boys and you, I've had to let a lot of things go as far as, well.
Yeah, because the boys worked on their share of model cars.
Yeah, model cars, glue, model glue, paint.
Didn't one of them draw up under the counter?
Yeah, there was and that was Elliot. Elliot was the one who drew on everything. Because on the back of our blinds, the vertical blinds for the sliding glass door, there was a blue E in crayon at the bottom on the other side. And then there was a big E on the bottom of the counter, underneath the counter, there was an E. And so it's like, wow, I wonder who did that. But I do love our wall where we have the boys' heights from
Yeah.
when Sammy was a baby. It was when we started doing that. And so it's pretty dirty looking, but if we ever paint the kitchen, we're
Yeah.
going to have to leave that dingy part of the wall just so we can keep that.
We've had a successful blockage again tonight, guys. I'm not going to show you like I did last week, but I will say the brown bugs are still out because we have blocked them off again, all except a few, one or two here and there. But we've got 90% of them.
Cajun Hope says, did you get my thank you message?
I may have Cajun.
Or-
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know if he's talking to us or someone else.
No, I think he's talking to us.
Oh, okay. And again, we're going over the Joey don't remember a whole lot of stuff sometimes, so y'all forgive him. And not, to his credit, he does get quite a few emails.
I do.
And texts and calls. And so, and then he's never been good with names, so, you know, I try to help him remember names, but, you know, if I didn't talk to you, I can't help him. So,
Yeah,
y'all are at
if-
his mercy.
If she didn't see the email or the text or something, you know, she can't help me with it.
Sundowner says, how's the water up your way, Cajun? We close to flooding, just waiting on the water at the end of the week.
Oh, man,
Okay, so
they
they're
must
in
have a lot of
Louisiana.
rain.
Yeah, so it's probably, you know, those low pressures this time of year. I mean, hey, April showers bring May flowers.
Well, I guess Louisiana's got probably quite a few low areas in there.
Orbert says, I'm in the stage now drawing on the walls and tearing everything up in the house. Orbert, we've been there. We have been there because you have boys. We redid Will's room.
Is he talking about his boys? Or
Yes.
he personally doing it?
No, I know he's talking about his boys.
I don't know. Let's get his
Look.
wife on here and find out if it's him or the boys.
We redid Will's room as my office now, and
Yeah.
it looks wonderful. But one day last week, I was looking at the ceiling fan to try to get the ceiling fan on because the cord is too short.
Oh, did you notice the crayons on it?
Yeah, no, it's pencil mark.
Oh, is it pencil?
Apparently, one of the boys, when the fan was running, had held a pencil up to it, and while it was running, because there's pencil marks all the way around
Well,
it.
the question is it a perfect nice circle?
No, well, they've done it so many times. It's a bunch of them.
Oh.
It's like 6 lines, so they've done it so many times. But yeah, it's just been. We are at a stage in our life now where we're getting to finally relax a little bit. Boys aren't so bad right now.
Yeah, no. I enjoy they still come over a lot.
Oh yeah, I do love when the boys come over. I mean, they still come and see us once or twice a week at least.
And sometimes it may be for daddy's tools.
Well, they still need you. And Joey had to help them both with their taxes, but you know, they're young adults. They're just getting started in life, and I'm so glad that they have you to, you know, to fall back on
Yeah.
and to, you know, ask you questions. So a lot of people don't have that. Mitch 356 Mitch says hello from
356 Mitch.
Alabama.
Hello.
And
356 Mitch. Let me guess what type of gun Mitch has got. It's
356? No.
No, I'm thinking of 357. That's what I'm thinking of.
Well,
Ain't no three. Never mind. It's been a long day.
Allison says, you can't have anything nice in the house of boys, but I wouldn't have it any other way. Yeah, Allison, I can say that now that they're grown and stuff, but I know sometimes they would just work my nerves about, can I not have anything at all nice, you know, but that's how it is. And Orber says, the boys, not him.
I don't know. I think Corber's drawing on
No,
the
you're just wanting somebody to be on your side of you, because, you know, you've messed up quite a bit of stuff, too, in our house. Cajun Hope says they opened the floodgates on Toledo Bend Reservoir, and it's headed down or towards Sundowner. So, yeah, it's just, you know, they're in that flood-prone area. Paul says, man, I'm glad my parents don't have a YouTube channel right about now. And William A. says, get ready for the cicadas.
Yeah, well, I don't know. Well, yeah, we couldn't have. Cicadas would be worse on our live stream because they are so loud. They'd be like,
Yeah.
yeah, we'd have to go in the house or something.
Steve Klein is on.
Hey, Steve.
Says, when do you think tomatoes will be in the garden mix?
Oh, I mean, yeah, you know, really, honestly, if I'm planting corn now, I could plant tomatoes right now. If I'm brave enough to plant the corn, I could literally plant everything else. But there's some stuff that just seems to react better with heat, like green beans. You know, they kind of remind me of soybeans, how they react. They seem like they do a little better the warmer it gets. So I'll hold off on that. I'll hold off on the okra. The okra seems to like a little more warmer weather. But technically, you could plant it now. If you're brave enough to plant the corn now, you can plant everything else. But some of it just likes warm weather a little more. In my opinion, I'm not an expert on it, but I'll probably wait on my well, one thing, I'll wait on my tomatoes till Brother Charles
Yeah.
tells me they're ready.
Yeah, that's usually the
Yeah.
the time for it. We don't have to worry about it because we just
Yeah.
rely on him.
So when Charles tells me, "Hey Joe, your tomatoes is ready," I'll go get them. We'll plant them. But if he had them ready now, I mean, I would have planted them right now if I had them. But that's where I stand on that.
Orber says, I break everything outside, LOL.
Yeah.
Oh, and to add on to Steve's message after the tomato question, he said, also, my mom can relate. I am the baby of 6 boys.
6 boys.
My mother was a saint. She'd have to be, Steve, because I can't imagine doubling the amount of boys I've had, you know.
Well, guys, I don't know if I've said my daddy's brother of 11. He had 10 brothers and 4 sisters.
Stan says, just wait, Lino, until the grandchildren start reorganizing your cabinets and everything else in your house. Well, Stan, it's different for grandchildren. They can do whatever they want.
Oh, no, I'm going to whoop them.
No, you will not
Yes,
either.
I am.
No.
Tear them up.
No. And Chet says, yeah, boys cherish the moments you can ask Joey questions. Wish my daddy was still around to answer my questions. Yeah, and that's another thing. Elliot sent some video from Instagram to Joey about like some famous people or sports stars, I think it was, talking about who the most influential person was and who their heroes were. And these were like big stars like Tom Brady. And all of them were saying, my dad, you know, and it was just like, my dad's the greatest man I know. And then they were like tearing up, and I was like going to tear up because it was so sweet. And I was like, Elliot, that is so nice. So, but Elliot has always been this man's shadow since he was a baby, before he could even walk. He loved Joey.
Because you wouldn't feed him.
Oh my gosh, yes, I would feed him. He just decided he was going to try to help with the baby overnight. After I had Will, you know, I did everything overnight. So he wanted to help with Elliot overnight because he wanted to have a baby, you know, close to him too. And so him thinking that they get up every 2 hours to eat is because they were just too hungry. So he was putting rice in their formula, and I don't know how early it was. It was ridiculous.
Oh, it's probably a month or 2.
I was like, you know what? I'm so exhausted. I don't care. You can raise this one.
It's just a little peach. I mean,
Yeah.
seriously like a little dash.
But he's saying I won't feed him when that's normal for babies to get up every couple hours to need to be fed.
I once thought he was fat as a pig.
Yeah, and that's why, because you started giving him rice. I'm surprised he's so skinny as he is right now. Because you remember you called him chunky for a long time, because
Yeah,
he was pretty fat.
Little chunky.
But I love it.
And this is the one that just got married recently, where I posted the married video.
Yeah, our
Everybody's
middle
wondering.
son.
Our middle son.
Paul Ford said, planted my okra today.
I'm gonna plant me some pretty soon, Paul. Well, it ain't gonna be pretty soon. I'm gonna let it warm up a little bit first.
We still have a ton of okra canned from where I canned it 2 years ago. I'm the only one who eats it, so I haven't gone through it. But I really want to, this year, I want to dehydrate it all and make like okra chips out of it. And don't complain, because once you taste them, you'll want them. So don't be asking for them if you're going to talk bad about them. But so this year I'm going to do that, and then I can put them in food saver bags and store a whole bunch up in our supply closet.
I want to get one of them freeze dryers. I don't know what I do with it though.
Freeze dryer.
Yeah, you can freeze dry everything. You store that stuff like 30 years.
Well, I'm just going to try the dehydrator for a while. Joey, what is your grow zone? 1904 Farm wants to know. Do you know your grow zone? Other people have told us that on here, but I don't remember.
I've seen it, just whatever. Roger probably knows. Caswell County, North Carolina, whatever it is. I don't know. Maybe 5 or 6 comes to mind or something, or maybe 7. Not real sure. I don't. I'll look at that once every blue moon if I'm thinking about buying a particular apple tree or something of that nature, but I hardly ever look at it, and that's the reason why I don't know right offhand.
Roger, thank you, Roger.
What'd
I
he
knew
say?
someone would zone 7.
Okay, see, I said 7. I said 5, 6, or 7.
Well, geez, take half the numbers. I mean, I'm in zone 1 through 50. One of those.
I took from Michigan to Florida.
Right. That's like every zone in the United States. Thank you, Roger. Janice said, I stopped at 2 boys. And Allison said, I stopped at 2 boys because I was afraid there might be a girl next. No, we thought we were having a girl with every one of our children.
Yeah, we had 3 boys because we were trying for a girl.
Yeah, we thought we were having a girl from first one. And I was like, oh, wow, another boy? And then by the 3rd ultrasound, I knew it was a boy before they told me. I could see it. I know what I'm looking for by now. I'm like, man, I'm having another boy. But I was grateful. I was just blessed to have 3 healthy children.
Oh, yeah.
And I was happy and decided, let's not have any more. Maybe if I didn't have to work, I probably would have maybe had one more child. But working and trying to get people to take care of your babies and being sick and having to leave work and, just, it was just too much.
Yeah.
So I couldn't have any more because I was already struggling to raise 3 children while working. And Stan says, Dad has been gone 54 plus years shortly after my 2nd tour. So many questions.
Oh, yeah.
And then Chet says, yeah, boys. Oh, I already read Chet's. But Sundowner says, yeah, Chet, miss my parents every day. My dad was my best friend, and that's the way I tell everyone to tell their parents that they love them every day. And I have to say, we pretty much do. Like, if our boys call us,
yeah,
which I like to think we're a close family, love you, hugs, when, if you didn't come from that kind of family
Yeah.
where your dad hugs you and tells you he loves you,
And I'm lucky enough, guys, you can tell from the video there's another house in front of my house, and I'm lucky enough that that's my daddy's house, and I get to see him every day, and so it's a pretty cool deal there, and not many people get lucky enough to have their daddy right there for the last, 20 years, probably? No. How long we been in that house?
19 years, I think.
19 years, so 20 years.
Or 18 years.
Yeah.
And Laura says, 2 boys here too.
Oh, Laura?
Yeah.
Yep.
Because your parents had all grandsons except for Hannah. Hannah finally came, and that was their one granddaughter.
Yeah.
Because his other sister has a son and a daughter. And then my parents have 7 grandsons, and that's it, no granddaughters.
So what are you saying? I'm going to have a bunch of girls running around here?
Yeah, I think so. It would just be so magical to see Joey having to put those pink bikes on the back of the truck
I'll teach every one of them how to drive a 140.
The pink things coming off the handlebars, that blow in the wind. Because he's always been no bikes on the truck, no bikes. Even though he loaded them up every year, we still had to hear about it because the boys wanted to take their bikes. Because that's the thing for them is riding those bikes at the campground. All the kids do it.
And then I got the long bed Dodge, and I said, nope, no bikes.
Yeah, he got the long bed, and he's like, no bikes. And I'm like, are you serious? That's made for bikes. Because, when we had the short bed, we were putting everything in there, all the
It's
boogie
kind of
boards.
hard to get it on the red truck.
Yeah, we were putting bikes, boogie boards, the beach wagon. He complained the whole time as he's loading it up. So as long as it got on there, I'm like, well, say whatever you want. He made it happen. And the boys know that. That's why they keep coming back to him for whatever they need, because even that he might complain about it, but he's going to make it happen.
I was going to say, if we have all granddaughters, that video I showed you where that girl is shooting that bow and arrow, and she can shoot like a quarter and a penny.
No.
That's going to be her.
No, if we have girl granddaughters, they're going to be girls. Don't teach them to act like boys.
Well, I'm going to teach them how to drive a tractor.
Well, that's okay, but I mean,
really drive it, not just drive it. I mean, operate it.
Sundowner says, I'm going to send Lino some lap your mama seasoning, or slap your mama seasoning, I guess, to put on them okra. It'll keep Joey out of them. Well, if it's too hot, I don't want too hot either.
Oh, you ain't got to worry about me eating okra unless they bread it
Well,
and fried.
no, you got to try some. I think you'll like them.
Oh, you're talking about the okra chips?
Yeah.
Salt? Will
Yeah.
Be all right.
I'm going to use sea salt on them. Terry Hayes says, Joey, how long of a row does a bag of corn like you raise make? I have a Alice Chandler's 2-snap coupler planter.
How long of a roll?
Does a bag of corn like you raise make?
Well, I guess it depends on what size bag you got and how far you're planting them. I planted 8 rolls tonight. I mean, I guess these rolls are 60 yards long, maybe 50 yards long. And I just had a couple of little Ziploc bags, and I had one Ziploc bag left over. So, I mean, it'll plant more than you think.
Jeffrey Strange says, good night, y'all. Enjoyed the chat.
Uh-oh. See you, Jeffrey.
And Laura says, Joey's blessed. Daddy's next door. And Mark Plowboy Green says, hey, everyone.
Mark Plowboy
Sorry,
Green. I ain't seen him in a while.
I know, I'm trying to catch up. I've missed a lot of comments.
That's all right. Hey, Mark.
Janice says, I didn't get my girl, and I didn't want to be the TV show My Three Sons. Well, we're not a TV show, Janice, because I'm sure we're way off of that My Three Sons show.
Yeah.
I can't imagine us having a show. And
There used to be an old show, My Three Sons.
Oh, okay. F2535 says, girls aren't any easier. 3 daughters, and once the oldest wrote her name on the wall in crayon, I asked her who did that, and she pointed to her sister.
Good job.
I told her no, she can't spell her own name.
Good job. So she pointed.
Yeah, and girls aren't, because I remember clearly making my sister eat dog food, told her it was Cocoa Puffs,
Yeah.
and she ate it.
Nice.
So girls aren't really, you're right, girls aren't any different, and they tend to have worse fights. So, but, you know, I was just thought it'd be nice to have one girl. Cajun Humps says, you teach a young girl to hunt and fish, more likely she'll grow up, her children will hunt and fish.
Yeah.
And Cajun Homestead says, I loved having a only daughter. She was my fishing, hunting, and mechanic buddy, and still competed in beauty pageant. I taught a lot of young ladies competitive shooting. So yeah, it is good for a girl to be well-rounded.
Well, yeah, and that's what I'd have in mind there. I'd still want them to be girls.
Because it's funny, a lot of times girls are put in that position of we got to be well-rounded. Like, yes, we can hunt and fish, but we can also, you know, make gravy from scratch. But you guys, y'all just get to do one side of it, you know.
Well, I can make gravy from scratch.
I know, but I mean, like, just in general. I mean, in general, you know. Janice said, I'm a girl and Daddy taught me a lot. Joey and I wouldn't trade it for nothing. And Stan says, I've got 5 great-grandsons, 0 on the great-granddaughters. And Scott's Small Farming and Things says...
Hey, Cousin Scott.
Says 2.5 bags on 7.5 acres. So I don't know what kind of bags they're talking, like
It's
what?
50-pound bags.
50 pound,
Yeah,
okay.
I'll be honest with you, Scott, and whoever asked me, I've never planted. If I have planted something that big, it was probably when I was real young, but I hadn't planted nothing like that in years. But yeah, 2.5, what did he say, 7 acres?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
7.5 acres.
Yeah, Scott would know because he burns that John Deere planter up on some corn.
Orber says, I can make gravy too.
Orber says he can make gravy.
And Mark Plowboy Green says, good to catch alive. Corn usually about 10 pounds of seed per acre.
That sounds, yeah.
Orber says he can't make bread.
That's the cool thing about these subscribers, Leno. Huh. If there's a question that I don't know,
oh yeah,
I just put it out there to my subscribers,
right.
and they will know.
Yeah, and I have to get them to answer, you know, stuff. And Roger actually will know a lot of things too.
Yeah.
So, all right, it's 9:04.
9:04. We done run over 9 o'clock again. Beat it all to death.
Yeah.
Did you find that? If you didn't, it's no big deal.
Did I find what?
What you were looking for earlier.
Oh yeah.
Oh, here
I did a screenshot. It is verse number. Oh, hold on. Yeah, verse number 18 right there.
All right, Leno found my verse for the night, guys.
Isaiah 1.
Isaiah
Isaiah 1:18.
118. Thank y'all guys so much for joining us on Tuesday night. We'll be back to Monday night next week. Look forward to planting some more, getting y'all a video out of planting. God bless y'all. Y'all have a wonderful night. I want to read you the verse of the night. Leno found it for us. It's her ideal. It's Isaiah
1:18.
chapter 1, verse 18. Come now and let us reason together, saith the Lord. Though your sins be as scarlet, they shall be as white as snow. Though they be red like crimson, they shall be as wool. Thank you, Jesus, for doing that for us. And y'all have a good evening, a good night. God bless you. We'll see you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.